Hello and welcome to UK Horror Scene. I'm Tony, that is the crew. So they're really nice, really. We are here at the Everyman Cinema, Muswell Hill, North London. It's a cracking cinema. So we've got some fans gathering. That's the noise in the background. Can't help themselves. They're very excited. Before I move on, though, I do want to do a quick shout out to some students at Bitton Park School in Southampton. I recently met the media group there, Mr. Summers Media Group. They'd done a review of a TV show I was in a very long time ago, but they liked it. They gave some good reviews, some moderate reviews, but they were all really well written reviews. And you guys there, you had some cracking questions, and you made me feel very welcome. So I had a really good time. So thank you for that. And so say hi, Bitton Park School, Mr. Summers Media Group, really cool. And hope you're watching and enjoy the show. Right, moving on to the more important bit, the most important part of the show, which is who we're going to be talking to. We are going to be hanging with the geniuses behind their own movie universe. They made a number of features and a number of shorts on pretty much a zero budget. We're going to be finding out about them and finding out about their films. Please welcome in a rousing manner, MJ and Anna Dixon. All right, MJ, Anna, thank you very much for coming along.
You're very welcome. We're good, yeah?
Yeah. Right, before we start, congratulations on your wedding.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, we met you last year. You were engaged then, so that's all changed in January, right?
Yeah, Friday the 13th of January. I thought it was quite fitting for us.
And a lot cheaper than
yeah.
any other day of the year.
You'd be amazed how many people don't want to get married on Friday the 13th.
It was like a third of the price.
Recommendation there you
There we
go.
go. So if you plan to get married,
there's
there's a little insider tip for you.
And everyone was free, short notice. It was amazing. All the photographer and everything.
And you said it was a white wedding as well. It was
yeah, it snowed the night before, and then was sunny on the day. So for the pictures, that was kind of the best of both
so
things.
we got a little bit of snow, but it was nice weather,
and then we went to
especially
Disneyland.
considering it was in Preston. Yeah, and it was freezing.
And it was freezing, and we died of cold. But we got better.
But you had a good time. That's the main thing.
Yes,
Yeah.
we did have fun.
I think for everybody. Right, going on to your films, which is why we're here, not to talk about your love life and how romantic it was with whatever. Anyway,
We'll do a separate show for all that.
Yeah. That's the late night show. Which we were saying earlier, actually, when MJ sat down, we were just saying he looks a bit sleazy.
He does.
Yeah, not doing as much crotch grabbing as I usually do.
You're calming that down, you toned it down.
Trying to make it family friendly.
Yeah, cool.
I feel embarrassed for our future children.
I know what's going on. You married them.
I know.
Yeah. Right. Anyway, your films.
Yes.
Right. Your latest film.
Speaking of sleazy.
Your latest film is Slasher House 2.
Yes.
Right. Tell us a bit about that.
We made a film called Slasher House about 7 years ago. It was 2010 it was filmed and then released in 2013. And since then, obviously, we've made the backstory films to the slashers who were in Slasher House. So this is how are we talking about it?
This is
without ruining it.
This is the follow up because when we made Slasher House, we then went off and made separate films of the various slashers that were in it, and everyone kept saying, "When's Red's going to get her own movie? Who's the main character in the first one?" And we kind of said, "Well, Slasher House is kind of her story, so let's kind of follow that up and expand on who she is in a new Slasher House movie." So that was so this is kind of the follow up, but I can't really say too much without ruining it, you see. But it kind of expands on her character from the first film.
Loads of reviewers have ruined it. If you want it.
Yeah. So if you read any review,
that'll ruin it good and proper.
I have read a couple of reviews. I haven't read any spoilers because I've not seen any of your features yet. I've seen your shorts, and your short films are cracking. We'll talk about them in a bit, hopefully. But I read a couple of reviews and I saw them spoilers, and I thought, well, I don't want to read that. So I read, but the reviews have been really positive. You've done really well.
They have.
You've had really good feedback on it.
Yeah, I don't think we've had. I'll get one now that I say this. I don't think we've had. But we've had.
They've been really fair.
Overwhelmingly,
They haven't said, "Oh my God, it's the best movie ever." They've said, "Yeah, it's got low budget problems, but it's been."
I mean, you say low budget. Your films are practically zero budget.
Yeah, absolutely.
You work for next to nothing, and
we work for nothing.
You work for nothing, but you make your films for next to nothing.
But yeah.
And I know we'll touch on this in a the troubles of filmmaking. But I mean, the remarkable thing is that you have built up a movie universe, a horror movie universe, which I know Universal are trying to do with their horror films now.
They're behind.
They copied.
They are behind.
They've
ripped you up. But you've done remarkably well. And I think how many features have you made now?
We're about to move on to our seventh.
Sixth or seventh.
Which would be the Mask of Thorn.
Mask of Thorn.
Yeah.
You've
Done
been
your
watching.
research.
Yeah, well, I've been following you. I mean, it's because I do think what you do is incredible, and the making a short movie is really tough. I mean, that's a hard thing to do. To make a feature is obviously a real effort, especially when you're under the restrictions that you're under.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's tough.
What would you think? What would you say are your biggest challenges?
Well, with a feature, it's really the amount of, because with a short, you can do that in a relatively short amount of time, from the concept to writing it, to putting it together, to making it, and it takes concentration, but nowhere near as much as it takes to make a feature, because suddenly you're committing to, at least a year of your life just kind of developing that and putting that together. With us, most of our films take about 3 years from development to finally being ready to make them, to finishing them and getting them out there. So,
I think the biggest problem is probably like not being able to overcome problems like easily, because obviously on any film something goes wrong, you have to reshoot something, or you have to pick something up, or someone doesn't turn up, or someone gets ill, or something explodes, or somebody puts a screw through a Zoom recorder. Apparently, just hypothetically.
Go on. Didn't happen.
But if you're working on literally all you can scrape together, you can't just run out and get a new Zoom recorder. You've got to panic and when shoots run over and everyone's cold and tired and really mad at you, you can't just go back tomorrow because you've only got that location for because obviously I just beg for locations really. So we, when we say, right, we'll be out your hair by this time, you kind of have to be. Yeah. I think that's the hardest thing, is just not being able to deal with problems as easily. But it does make you more creative.
I was going to say, you just suddenly start thinking on your feet and
thinking
of ways around it, which makes you. And I'm guessing now that you're moving on to your seventh, you must be pretty good. Both of you must be pretty good at thinking on your feet. And
the last one was an amazing nightmare. I've never known anything like it.
It's kind of weird because you think you've seen everything, and then the universe manages to create a new problem that you could never have possibly comprehended in your life, and it throws it at you, and you go, how is this a thing now? And you, like I say, you think you've seen it all, and then you just get a problem curveball, so to speak.
Does that make it more satisfying though when you overcome it and you finally get to the?
I think I was the happiest when this film wrapped than I've ever been. I was me and Luna Wolf, who plays Amber in Slash House 2, and is awesome. If you want to cast her in anything, you should, because she's ace and she brings sweets. But anyway.
Commission.
We went to the pub afterwards, and me and Luna were telling the DJ to play stuff and just dancing. We were so happy.
We're always working right up till the clock. So whatever time we have, we just kind of we're shooting. Yeah. But this was such a nightmare that we got to the end of it, and this was, I think, the first time we've ever had a wrap party.
We hadn't slept for weeks, but we just thought, we're going to the pub. We don't care anymore. We're just going to.
So there was about 7 of us left standing at the end of it, and we kind of went, right, we'll go to the pub, and that was the first time we've done that in 6 films.
What gave you the idea? Touching on the 6th one, what gave you the idea to do it as a universe? Did you, when you made Slasher House, were you thinking, I'd like to do all these spin-offs and explore all the people within it?
Well, it's weird because Marvel have done it since about 2008. Well, so I think a lot of people go, oh, so this is kind of the horror version of Marvel. But what actually happened was, in about 2005, I approached some people at Blockbuster, and they were kind of giving out small budgets to filmmakers to make stuff for the bottom shelf, kind of the stuff that nobody really picks up. So I kind of pitched this idea of making a bunch of kind of low budget slasher movies or horror movies, each one would be different. You know, one would be kind of like Amityville, or you know, and each had a different kind of style to them. And the idea was to kind of create this secret universe in Blockbuster where you'd rent a movie and you'd watch it, and then maybe you'd pick up the other one, you know, a year down the line and watch that, and it would have a crossover of a couple of the characters. And the idea was to then build it up to doing Slasher House, which was all the characters come together. And if you'd been paying attention, you'd go, that's that guy from that movie and that guy from that movie. And that was kind of the idea, because that's kind of how viewing as an experience worked back then. You know, you couldn't readily just go on the internet and just watch anything, you know, like, so the idea was that, you know, we'd build this kind of secret universe. But then what happened was 2 films got announced that sounded really similar to Slasher House. And I crapped myself and went, right, this one, we need to start with this one. We need to get this done before these other 2 films come out. Because I was just, Slasher House is one of the best ideas I've ever had, one of my favourite ideas I've ever had. Not, you know, best is subjective, I suppose. Yeah. And I was really worried that someone was going to beat me to the punch. So we just kind of went, right, well, let's start there. And so that's kind of how that came around. And we started shooting that in 2010, just as kind of Marvel were kicking off their things. Obviously, it took me we went around for about 5 years just trying to find about $500,000 of funding to make it. And that price just kept going down and down and down until I went, well, how much can we raise between us? And it was about $5,000. And we went, should we just try and do it on that? Okay, yeah, we'll do it.
And the budgets have got less, I think, every time.
Budgets are really tight. Touching your Marvel thing, one of the reviews I read, they did reference Marvel, saying that you've basically done it in reverse by starting with the Avengers and working around it, which is a nice idea, and it seems quite popular because you're still making it. But
I don't know whether anyone wants us to.
Hey, you know, that's filmmaking, right?
Tough luck, because they're coming.
Yeah, we're just going to do it anyway.
But that's obviously a struggle, and I know we've talked about this before. Budgets, fundraising is a really, really hard thing to do, because obviously movies, there's not much money to be made from them. So getting people to give you money, it's basically just handing out. Because people are stupid and they won't pay big money to come and watch them. You're not stupid, we love you really, you just watch our films, that's all. But it is, but movies are hard, and I think what it is, I think part of the reason is that cinema prices are going up, cinema attendances are going down, and the only movies people are going to, when you're charging £20 a ticket, people are only going to see films that they want to see on the big screen. Yeah. I mean, not all cinemas, not this one. This one's a very nice cinema. The Everyman will come. But in general, cinemas are pretty expensive. And so, like, if you go to a movie, it's a big night out. It's an expensive night out. Yeah. And you're paying for food, you're paying for confectionery. If you're a family, you're paying for the kids. So if you're going to see a film, you're going to go and see Star Wars, you're going to see Marvel, because you're going to see something that's big money's been spent.
That you know is going to be something you want.
Spectacular on the big screen. And then, unfortunately, the smaller films, you think, well, we've got a big screen and TV at home, I can watch it on that. You've got good sound systems at home. I mean,
from a torrent site.
The home, yeah, sometimes. Although I have seen some filmmakers moan about their films being pirated for a film that's free online anyway. I don't know what you're moaning about.
Well, no, I'm to be honest, I'm not moaning, and most filmmakers will kill us for that.
I'd be chuffed if people were pirating my movies.
But what's funny is what we did resent is people posting the links to the pirated sites on our Facebook page. I mean,
and we were like, guys, to be fair to you guys, I think you put your films on. I've got a time already. Sorry, thank you, Wally. But it goes quick, doesn't it? But I think with you guys, I mean, obviously you try to raise money for your next film, so it's not like you want to take money and put it into your pocket. I know you put your films onto DVD and you make sure they look really nice and you try and package them well, and then you try and push them out. Because I know you put a lot of time. I know you both of you put a lot of time into the movie making, and you take it very seriously, and it's very much a passion project. As everybody that comes on the show, all the people within, especially the London scene that we all know. Yeah. They're very, very passionate about getting the films out there, and a lot of the time the money's coming out of their own pockets. Yeah. So I think at times you can see when the films go pirated or they go on the torrent sites, that is costing you money, because that's one less person buying it.
I don't think they would have watched it anyway.
Yeah, what you got to remember about piracy, I'm about to go on a rant here, Tony. You sure you're ready?
No, don't. He ain't got time.
2 minutes, you've got a 2 minute round.
Right, the thing about piracy is that people who pirate movies aren't going to pay for them anyway, so you're not really losing anything, but you are getting exposure there. And things with us, like Slash House got pirated, but what happened is we ended up with a free Spanish subtitle version of it, a free Russian dubbed
just
version
one
of
guy
it.
saying all the characters' words, which is really funny. Like,
So instead of paying £2,000 to have it translated into a single language, someone stole it and did it for us. And now I have that. And if they say, hang on, I did all that work and now you're selling it, I go, you stole my movie. So
we get fan mail of people who've torrented it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you go on the links, then you see our hate mail as well. But we get like people going, oh, I stole your movie off the internet and I really liked it. Thanks. We go, okay. It is weird because obviously you shouldn't steal people's stuff, and I can understand the problem with torrent sites and ruining filmmakers. But
it's kind of happened,
like,
and
there's nothing much. What can you do about it?
in this day and age,
Like,
there's really no need to pirate anything. I mean, Netflix, Amazon,
I think
all
we
exist.
certainly don't.
And I wonder if that's the reason that it's opened up. I think things like Netflix and Amazon have opened up a little bit more because people who were going through the torrent sites are turning to that.
Yeah.
And it's opened up. I mean, cinema's just changing, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
And it's getting harder and harder. That's one of the reasons it's getting harder and harder to make money from because where you're going to make
And
the
it's
money
going
from.
more and more online, which does put the power slightly back. If it goes fully online, puts the power back hopefully in the filmmakers' hands, because then you.
I mean, a lot of filmmakers don't want to hear
online,
this, but the best thing that can happen to filmmaking in the modern era is for physical media to die, because that'll force consumers online, because that's what's kind of holding everything back. People are like, oh, I want a film, but I'm not really sure, I just want to download it because that doesn't feel like a real thing. And I think if DVD and Blu-ray just died, then the people would have no choice, and that would level the playing field again for us.
This is a man with an extremely large DVD and Blu-ray collection.
I know, and I'm saying
VHS
that.
For
Well, I
that.
do think, but I mean, I like my Blu-rays, but I do think they're dying, aren't they? It's going to be a dying format because it is so easy.
It's
to watch
hopefully
now.
going to be
Amazon or
easier.
Go to Netflix.
Yeah, online, where the overheads aren't as much.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
hopefully filmmakers can sort of pool their resources and promote each other's stuff and their own stuff online, and
I mean,
without the
I
overheads.
do think it's a shame as well because I mean, I feel like cinema is on the verge, because in the late 80s cinema suddenly had a big fall, didn't it? Almost died when VHS took off, and VHS was a massive boom and cinema attendances dropped, and of course cinemas then had to, how are we going to get people back into the cinemas? And I feel pretty much that's needed again at the moment.
Yeah.
Cinema,
They've made
the cinema's a
themselves-
fantastic medium. There's nothing more exciting than going to see a fantastic film at the cinema, sitting there in the dark with your popcorn. We didn't get them popcorn. Where's the popcorn?
Unbelievable.
It's such a shame because it feels like it's almost coming out of reach again.
I think they've made themselves like a premium night out thing. Like if you were going to go to an extremely fancy restaurant, that's sort of what the cinema's like now.
Yeah.
So that it used to be something you could do for a couple of quid on the weekend. Now it's kind of
a pay structure thing.
Yeah.
You know, like, so lower films are
except
cheaper.
the Everyman in Muswell Hill, which is a really beautiful venue.
It's really nice, isn't it? And you're the first people here. You're the
I
first
know.
guest we've got here.
It's really exciting.
Yeah.
And it's got a bar just over there, which I'll go and look at in detail
These
shortly.
guys spend a lot of time in the bar.
It drives us to drink.
Crew, any questions, Antoine?
Yeah, hi, Antoine, photographer, himself photographer. Just a quick question, what's your wish for 2017, for this year?
Well, we want to make 3 films this year. We were supposed to make 3 last year, but Slash House 2 was such an ordeal that it ended up wiping out the schedule for the other 2 that we wanted to do. So now that's done, we want to go and do 3 films this year, which is a Thorn prequel, a Cleaver, the Killer Clown sequel, and then we've got a 3rd secret project that'll kind of expand the universe a little bit more. So that's our kind of goal for this year, I think, is to try and keep on that track and kind of get ourselves back to, because we used to produce 2 films a year, I think, and last year we ended up going back to 1, and that seems like quite an achievement to some people, but to us that means we're slacking, you know.
I think I'd like us to make more shorts as well, that link to the universe, that can go out and people can watch for free, and it's good promotion, but it's also massively satisfying to make a short film that starts and finishes in a short time frame, and it's good fun, and you can get different people
sometimes
involved.
shot in their living room.
Yes.
In a tent in our living room
Tent in the living
sometimes.
room, yeah. And your shorts, you can see your shorts on your website.
Yeah, myco.co.uk.
There you go.
We've got most of our shorts are on there. Our latest one is still doing a festival run at the minute, so
Okay. And that one is
April Fool's Day Part 5, The Last Laugh.
That's really good.
Well,
really good if you get a chance to see that.
If You Were Here is also doing a festival run,
It is,
and
yes.
that's part of the Blaze of Gory project, which and that film stars Jade Wallace, Evie Constanti, Rob Chapman, Deborah Maudsley,
Yeah.
all sort of Myco favourite people.
Cool. Right, next question, Ivan.
Mr. Mirabille, 5 years in a row, IvanTroopa.
Isn't it? It must be 6 years now because you've been saying that for the last.
For 8 years, calm down.
There you
Okay? Calm down.
Yeah, but 5 years plus 1 year is 6 years. 5 years plus 1 year is 6 years.
We haven't had the competition yet.
Right, well,
The point is,
anyway.
I'm still with the current Mr. Mirabille. Anyway, question, a really serious one. Have you ever needed or have you ever wanted somebody with a really good accent to perform in your movies? Like, do you pay attention to actors with really great range?
To be honest, we've heard some
Are you angling for a job?
amazing accents recently. Like, I'm not sure what accent we're going for, or I'm not sure what accent you're going for.
Yeah,
I guess.
that's quite handy, isn't it, really?
No, I'm just wondering, have you ever, been writing a script,
Do you wanna-
seen a script and said that would have a really good Welsh accent,
Could you-
Russian accent?
Could you give us an example of a Welsh accent to see if
I've
we
been
can?
practicing my Polish and my Irish.
Right. Okay.
Hello there. I have a really good accent for movies there, I tell you.
Is that your Polish?
My name is IvanTroopa, and I am really good with my accents.
That's
hired.
kind of amazing.
Hired.
I'm amazed.
Yeah.
Spe-
I'm speechless.
I am speechless.
I'm sorting out my business cards.
Thank you. Just make sure hand them over to my agent when we're done. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Sarah, do you have any questions?
Yeah, I guess I'd like to know how you decided on the makeup looks and stuff that you had in the film, and also what would if you could have any location to film in, what would your dream location be to set a film?
So makeup stuff, I tend to do, although
We've had
it's
some
embarrassing
good-
to
we've
say
had
that in
some-
front of you because I'm not very good at it. But
We've had a couple of pros on board at one point or another.
Yeah.
We had a team for the first Slasher House who did the creature suit, and then on Legacy of Thorn, Meeta Patel.
she was fantastic.
I think she's got a different name now because I think she's been married since.
Oh, congratulations to me.
But she's very, very talented. She did the makeup on Legacy of Thorn. She did a fantastic job on that. But when you're making stuff on a low budget, you don't really want to ask makeup artists to come and use up all their expensive gear when you know that you can't really pay them fairly. And so we've kind of taken to like a DIY approach to it and kind of started to do these kind of things ourselves. So Anna does a lot of the makeup stuff now. And she's just self-taught, and she does a good job. She does a good job.
Cleaver was fun to do, the clown makeup with. And location that you'd most want to shoot in ever?
I'd really love, this is really weird, I'd really love to go back to the original location of Slasher House on the Isle of Man. It was an abandoned prison and they've knocked it down, and I'm gutted.
Right now I'd really like to shoot in a school or a hospital because those are two of the locations from Mask of Fun. That's all I can think about to try and
School.
to try and get. But yeah.
Talk to the location man over here. No, seriously, you need to. He might have something for you. I have to apologise for all the background noise, by the way. MJ and Anna have brought their entourage with them.
Yeah.
Huge
That's
amount
ridiculous.
of
We
And
came in
they're having a riot.
We came in like a rock and roll tour bus. It was,
people. Like the Mystery Machine.
yeah. They're over there solving crimes while we're chatting crap about movies.
Yeah. Honestly, I've never seen so many people turn up. It's ridiculous, and you two
We
should
are
be ashamed of
divas.
yourselves.
I know, we are. Well,
Proper
seriously.
divas.
Yeah, but it's all right. Thanks for coming anyway. Just tell them to be quiet next time. How much time we got? We're running up. Just so look, so you talk. I knew this was going to be a problem. I thought 30
It's
minutes.
him. It's
gonna be
him. I'm
contained
telling
in
you.
there. Right. So you pretty much answered because I was going to say about your future, but obviously you've got 3 films lined up for this one.
Yep. We are starting a Kickstarter for speaking
Oh,
of
yes,
funding
come-
for
There you go,
on,
Yeah,
on
we are.
Friday.
We're the Mask of Thorn Indiegogo campaign starts on Friday, and we're not looking to raise a lot of money as usual. We've put in a lot of money ourselves, but we just always look to raise the kind of shortfall of that. So we're looking for a little bit of money just to help us pay for a few things that we thought we were going to be able to afford and now can't. So just little things like paying for people to eat and
minor
you know,
things.
like tiny little
What do people want to eat
elements,
for?
you know, and a couple of props that are a bit more expensive than we thought they were going to be. But yeah, so we're not asking for a lot, but if you're interested, please take a look. If you go to myco.co.uk, that's my second plug of the website. If you go there, all the information should be there about how you can help and donate and just see there's loads of things on offer. We've got VHS tapes and producer credits and DVDs and USBs and
Okay.
VD.
They get it. They get it.
Check it out. Check it out. Right, I think we're going to have to wrap up. Is that time? And then their entourage is getting a little bit ratty.
I know, it's all right, I apologise.
What can you do? What can you
Well,
do?
this is what happens. You only feed them Jaffa cakes on the bus.
Like animals out
Yeah,
there.
they turn into savages, honestly.
And it's white label Jaffa cakes always, all the way.
The cheap ones. Why not, hey? It's good. But look, thanks so much. I wish we could talk for longer, and I'm sure we will at some point. But thanks so much for coming along.
Thanks
A
for
real
having
pleasure
us.
to
Always a
meet you.
No
pleasure.
worries.
You, Anna.
And you.
The best of luck with all the films coming out. Please do check out their work. Go to their website, check out their short films. They're really good. You see their films, buy their DVDs, and hopefully we'll see some of your films on the big screen soon.
Hopefully.
Oh, again, right. Check out their stuff. Do check out our stuff. Show us all a little bit of love, and we'll love you back a little bit. Not too much because I don't want to spoil
The
you.
appropriate amount of love back.
Just enough to make you want us more. Right, we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Woo!